r/AskReddit. Posted by u/Millipoli83. What celebrity conspiracy theory do you absolutely, 100%, believe is true? Michael Cera never agreed to be an actor. He just stumbled into it and couldn't say no due to his awkward persona. Marilyn Monroe was done in by the CIA because of her ties to JFK. That Frank Sinatra and not Woody Allen is Rowan Farrow's biological father. I mean, look at them. Just look at them. I can't believe that there are people who still believe that Allen is Farrow's flesh and blood kin. Britney Spears was having issues managing her life and fame, but they were exacerbated and encouraged by the people around her to push her into one huge public meltdown they could use to gain control over her. I remember reading stories about her assistant and manager fucking with her, hiding her phone then calling it, all while telling her it wasn't ringing, until she broke down crying. They would mess with her things then tell her she did it in some kind of fit. I remember reading something about them deliberately confusing her in public so she would look disoriented, and them pushing the drugs and alcohol on her. The ultimate diagnosis was a sham to make sure they could keep her drugged to the gills and compliant. Then again, this year, she checked into a mental health facility, and they claim she became distraught over her father's health problems. I say they forced her in because she was starting to ask for more and more independence, and not listening when they said no, so they shoved her in there to remind her who's in charge. I also don't think it's a coincidence that right around the same time, the attorney who managed the financial aspect of her conservatorship asked for a big raise then suddenly resigned. Britney has recently taken to court to ask for it to be lifted, or at least minimized. Her mother is also suing for access to Britney's medical and treatment records. Michael Jordan was wrapped up in some bad shit with his gambling, and his first retirement was forced upon him by the NBA. Paris Hilton is actually extremely intelligent and has a passion for restoring vintage radios. That the government and Hollywood work together to promote completely insane conspiracy theories specifically to protect the rich and powerful's actual secrets from getting out. That Adam Sandler only makes movies as an excuse to go on holiday. I mean, think about it, the movie Just Go With It has him and a fake family or something like that take a trip to Hawaii. Blended has him and his family and another family go to Africa for a holiday. Grown Ups is really just them on summer vacation. Taylor Swift and Harry Styles' relationship was a publicity stunt to give Taylor more sales on her upcoming album and to prevent the public from figuring out that Harry isn't the 100% straight chick magnet he was marketed to be. Vivian Leigh and Myrna Loy had a short but intense lesbian love affair in the spring and summer of '36 during the shooting of Lois' film After the Thin Man. Her co-star, Bill Powell, had made a comment in one of the local entertainment rags about Leigh's frequent visits to Lois' dressing room during the filming. Leigh, of course, had no legitimate business associated with that picture, so it certainly was suspicious. I know I raised an eyebrow when I read it, anyway. Keanu Reeves is immortal. I don't believe conspiracies as a rule, but my favorite is Avril Lavigne died and was replaced by a doppelganger. Robert Wagner, Christopher Walken, and Natalie Wood were all on Wagner's yacht Splendor off the coast of Catalina. They had a huge fight, the reason for which is the subject of debate, but afterwards somehow Natalie ended up in the water. Webner knew she had a lifelong fear of water and couldn't swim, but in a drunken rage he allowed her to drown. Death was ruled accidental. TL Doctor Number 2 acted out the song in the air tonight at the fucking Catalina wine mixer. Somebody told me that Rob Schneider goes down to Home Depot and pays the migrant workers to go to his house and choke him while he masturbates in the shower. I don't know, it just kind of sounds like something he would do. Kind of a sore spot for many, but I really do think that Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson did have a romantic / sexual relationship at one point. There was a lot of industry chatter, gossip from people who worked in London, radio and TV, about them from 2011 to 2012, which kind of died off when they really hit the US market in 2013 and Harry was starting to get linked to Nick Grimshaw. There's plenty of reasons on top of that, so that's my personal gut feeling on the matter. Either way, I think all the boys have had their personal lives and relationships exploited for profit. Hopefully they can continue to gain control over their privacy in their solo years. Belle Delphis bath water killing somebody after drinking it. Shane Dawson f***ed his cat. Kourtney Kardashian's father is not Robert Kardashian. Isaac Hayes was murdered by the Church of Scientology. Andrew WK doesn't actually exist. The I'ma Let You Finish event at the VMAs was orchestrated by Kai, Taylor, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z. We can't talk here. They're watching us. Will Smith is a Scientologist. I mean, he's even been seen exiting their building. Randy Marsh is Lord. What about that Diana was killed by the royals? Isaac Cappy didn't commit suicide and that he was on the way to outing pedophilia within Hollywood. You can especially draw parallels to what's going on with Epstein now with what he was saying before he died. Elvis is still alive. Tom Cruise is gay.